Alright, welcome back to episode 18 of our Knights of the Republic Let's Play. In our last episode, we became a Jedi, did our level ups, got our force powers, and you can see some of them there. I really hate this user interface, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's not. Yeah, the Xbox One was actually better, I think. Anyway, I'm not sure if this was a PC port to Xbox or vice versa, but whatever. My next step is to create my lightsaber, I think. I guess I do the workbench for that. Let's see. Or do I talk to Master Czar? Probably talk to Master Czar. Sure.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
Yay. And this will just be a single-bladed lightsaber, but I definitely want to get a double-bladed one as soon as I can find one. I don't really recall when the first time I used to see one either, but hopefully not too far away. Yay. You can also get lightsabers do level up differently than the other weapons do. They're not the same standard upgrades. You can actually find different power crystals to upgrade the lightsaber and kind of customize it, which is pretty cool. So for now, there it is, a pretty good weapon, 2 to 16 damage. And there she is. Yay. So you can see that's, let's see, 2 to 16 energy damage compared to like the Fire Blade, which is 1 to 10 and 1 to 10. So definitely a big upgrade from that. As weird as it's going to look, I think I probably should use the second weapon anyway. So 1 to 10 plus 1 plus 1, 1 to 10 plus 3 plus 1. Let's go with this. Yeah. Is the strength uneven? It is uneven, so I don't need the strength gloves right now. I can use project's gloves, I guess. Although then dexterity is uneven, so alright, I need that for the strength, don't I? Do any of these stats at all? It gives you improved power blast, interesting. Will plus 2. Yeah, no. Okay, whatever. Yeah, there's not really any way to not have an odd stat number for the moment, but yeah, as dumb as that looks with the 1 sword and 1 lightsaber, I'm gonna go with it for now because I am a 2-weapon fighter, and hopefully we can get something cool to replace the lightsaber, either a second lightsaber or a double-bladed lightsaber in the not-too-distant future.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen.
For an order that like hates people who have egos, they sure try to give you one.
Crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strung in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves here on Dantooine that may hold these crystals.
See, actually, I thought you had to go retrieve a crystal from there as part of the trials, but apparently I misremembered that. I'm definitely going to explore those later on, though, and see if I can get some upgrades for this saber. What will these crystals do for me?
They can modify simple things, such as the color of your blade, or complex ones, such as crystals that reputedly increase the strength of
reputedly.
But
Nobody in the history of the Orders ever found one and tried it before. Really?
Take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
Oh, yeah. I am ready to face the third trial.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove, once used for deep meditation by the Jedi, is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kath hounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers, a threat the Jedi have promised to stop.
Alright, you want me to go kill Kath hounds?
The Kath hounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
So I just turned on my fan. Hopefully you can't hear it on the recording. I'll probably pause this after this conversation just to check to make sure, but it is pretty hot in here. 84 degrees in my room according to my little clock thing. Window is open, but it's hot out there too, so it's not really helping any. Um, you know more than you're telling me.
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task.
Not even Bastila.
Remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side
Hint,
still
hint, brick,
taints
brick.
the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Alright, so let me just pause this. I'm going to do a quick save, and then I'll be right back to make sure the fan is not audible in the recording. Alright, so it doesn't seem like the fan is too easy to hear. I thought I could hear it a little bit maybe, so what I did is I put it down beside me so it's not blowing into the mic at all. So hopefully you can't hear it at all, and yeah, anyway, so hopefully it won't get too hot in here. Anyway, getting back to the quest line at hand, it's in here. Train terminal. Welcome, sentient, etc., etc. Also, you can learn. Ooh, still comparison. Okay, so there's the thing we talked about earlier. But pretty much the only benefit to being a sentinel is the immunities and the fact that you get those balance of stats. Let's talk to Belaya again. Now that I am an apprentice, though I don't have a robe yet, do I? Maybe I do. And I think you get the robe once you complete the 3rd tier. So she's probably gonna yell at me again.
Though I understand you shall not have that lowly title much longer. Master Jar tells me that your progress has been remarkable. Soon
what I
he
hear.
feels you will attain the rank of Padawan. Then you will truly be a full-fledged Jedi. How are you enjoying your training?
I'm looking to alter my lightsaber, and I've heard about some caves.
There are caves on Dantooine that hold those rare crystals. But be warned, apprentice, they are dangerous. You should not meddle in things beyond you. I wish you luck in your training, apprentice. There is much
There's
you must
nothing
yet learn.
beyond me.
May the Force be with you.
Alrighty, here we go. This is the exit, right? Yeah. So out we go into Dantooine. And we'll keep Zalbar and Carthar for now, why not? What? Locked. What?
The council
Oh,
has
there we go.
decreed you may come and...
Thank you, Droid. I guess it's to prevent you leaving before you get to this part of the quest. Ooh, pretty. Although it's actually just like a 2D background over those hills there. It's an actual light source though, it's kind of cool. It does look a little blinding. Yeah, there's some birds. Dantooine's a pretty place. Up, Candace wants to talk. Sure.
Yeah, what do you want?
Stories.
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought? The enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Candaris, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
Is that why the Mandalorians attacked the Republic?
The Sith came to us with an offer. To fight a worthy enemy in a battle that would be remembered forever.
That's right, the Sith
Win
spurred them
or
on.
lose, as long as the fight is worthy, then honor is gained.
Wait,
the
did
glory at having triumph over impossible odds is what drives us. If there's nothing at stake, your possessions, your life, your world, then the battle's meaningless. We Mandalore take everything we are and throw it into battle. It's the true test of yourself. The battle against death. Against oblivion.
Like, the Sith didn't really exist, though. I mean, except the hidden Sith Empire that obviously nobody knows about, but it becomes apparent in SWTOR. Exar Kun recruited the Mandalorians during his war, and they helped him out. Maybe that's what Candaris is referring to. But, obviously, Revan and Malak did not become Sith till after they fought the Mandalorians and defeated them, so that might have just been him misspeaking there. What are you doing
The
now?
days of combat and glory and cheating death at every turn seem to be over now. I
Yeah,
take
just
what
you
I
wait.
can. Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place.
That's
The
what you
clans as
think.
they were are the threat, but the galaxy still fears us. Ha! People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand, and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle, and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Well, hopefully in our journey we will, we'll be able to give you some good battles, Canderous.
It is good sometimes to stop and reflect on the beauty of nature and the Force.
Oh yeah, that thing.
I am sorry. I tend to get carried away. I do not believe we have met, apprentice. My name is Nemo. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm looking for Dory. No. I'd like to know about you.
About me? I am truly flattered. What is it you wish to know?
Who are you?
As I have said, I believe, my name is Nemo. I am here by the will of the Jedi Council. Indeed, my young friend, that I am. I have served the Council for many years, and have seen many apprentices pass through this enclave.
Are you a member of the council?
I think perhaps you place an undue importance on rank and hierarchy.
In other words, no.
Understandable, but regrettable also. We each serve in our place, high or low. Is there something else
That sounds
I
like
can
somebody
help
who's
you
not on the
with?
council would say. I have a question about Dantooine.
Very well.
Master Zara says there are caves with lightsaber crystals.
Ah, yes, those caves. Those caves are dangerous for the unwary. Kinreth spiders infest the places. They are attracted by the colors and heat given off by the crystals, I think. It is a pity. Those caves are strong with the Force. Is there something else I can help you with?
That's
I
it
hope
for
you'll
now. But yeah, in case you saw it, I don't know where it went. There's like a giant flying manta ray around here, which is awesome, and you will see throughout our journeys. It's never explained, it's never referenced, it's not part of a quest. I don't even think there's like a Wikipedia entry on it, but it's here, and it's always flying around, which I think is a pretty cool thing. I guess it might be a Thranta, which are like bird things native to Alderaan, come to think of it. And they're in SWTOR, but Dantooine itself is not in SWTOR, at least not yet. Hopefully one day, so you can't see the giant ones in SWTOR.
Hello. I'm afraid I'm not very good at explaining things.
There he
if you
is.
have any questions, please ask my husband.
We should name him. How about Bert? Hi, Bert. I love it. She just randomly flies around. It is so great. It is so great.
Greetings, friend. I think I can safely assume you are a member of the Jedi Order. Has the Council agreed to hear our petition?
I'm sorry, I do not know.
Oh, I see. I am mistaken. How may I be of assistance?
Who are you?
My name is Gar. Me and my fine wife, Rilke, here,
A pleasure.
live on one of the northern farms. But the cat hounds and the Mandalorian problem has been getting really bad of late, and we're here to ask the Jedi Council to help.
You mentioned cat hounds?
Recently, the cat hounds have been acting much more aggressively. They've even attacked some of the settlers. Those Mandalorian raiders have been milking the outlying farms dry, too. I hear John got hit really bad. Too bad about his daughter.
He should have been protecting her better if he wanted to keep her.
Mandalorian beast. Some of us don't like fighting
That's
and
right, he is a
killing
Mandalorian,
and butchering
so-
as much as you. I'm not sure exactly what the Council will do about it, but we need some help with this. I only hope they'll listen to me. Is there anything else you require?
Let's see. So the cat hounds is probably because of the Taint in the Grove I'm going to cleanse right now. But, let's ask about the Mandalorians.
Ever since the Republic beat them years ago, little groups have been roaming all over the place.
They're pathetic. They're taking scraps when they should be taking worlds.
With the Sith invasion, the Republic doesn't have the manpower to hunt them down. The Jedi are even worse off because Malik has been hunting them specifically. They're worried that he might even be supporting these raiders, so don't want to face them directly. That puts us
Yeah, I don't know
in
if that's true.
a hard situation. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Alright, that's it
Fair.
for now. So yeah, we got a hint of some of the problem. Oh, and there's John.
Are you a Jedi?
Oh, I just want to get going.
How long can you people continue to sit by and claim you protect us? Protectors. Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
What are you talking about?
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
Oh, okay.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do. They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no.
Poor guy. They killed her?
There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Yeah, she's still having trouble with the whole not being out for herself thing, so maybe you can make it worth my
I
while?
will give you all I have.
Good. Oh, I got dark side points even for saying that. Alright. Let's see. Settler. I don't think there's anything down here. What about this guy? Oh my god. Yes, you're a Jedi. I'm grateful that you people harbor me in my time of need. What happened to you? He's a victim from his world. Yeah, refugee from the Sith. Make it something back. He has something left. Alright. I don't remember that guy at all, to be honest with you. I don't think he's a part of anything important. This is the entrance to the lower levels, which you cannot actually access in this game, but you can in the sequel. Oh, Bert, where are you going? Let me follow you. There's a cat hound up there too, you can see. It's kind of cool. A lot of our enemies in this world will be cat hounds. Oh, one more quest giver here. Mrs. Elise.
Greetings, young Jedi. I wonder if you could assist me. I seem to have lost my companion, you see?
That's the speeder noise in the background, by the way. It's not my fan or anything. Your companion?
We were working on my farm to the north of here. I was working in the garden outside, and he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if he... Could he have been kidnapped?
It is possible.
Maybe it was the Mandalorians. Or maybe Cathhounds. But no, Cathhounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Although they have been more vicious lately. No, it must have been someone who could open the door by himself. Come to think of it, the door was locked.
Could it have been opened from the inside?
Well, yes it could have. But he had no reason to run away. His programming...
Uh-oh. A droid.
Well, yes. He is a droid.
I like this
but
quest.
he is very valuable to me all the same. He's the last piece of my poor passed away husband that I have left.
Oh, that
He's
is kind of sad.
very dear to me, my precious is.
My
I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the only companionship I have on all
So
of
that's both
Dantooine.
sad and very weird. What exactly did you use him for again?
He is a personal assistance droid. My husband was a genius at constructing droids. He made this one capable of taking care of me for the rest of my life. As the last legacy of my husband, for my own personal ease of mind, I need him back. His absence gnaws at me like a gaping wound. Please, I beg of you, return my droid to me.
If I see him, I'll send him back.
Thank you.
Alright. Oh, and this guy sells things, I think. I'm just going to kind of fast forward this because we've been doing a lot of talking lately, and if you're anything like me, you want to get on to the actual doing of quests and combat and like... Let's see what he's selling. 15,000 for some pretty nice battle armor there. Cassis Fett's battle armor. Cassis Fett was a Mandalorian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Presumed dead. Obviously an ancestor of Jango Fett. And thus Boba Fett. There's a nice piece of medium armor, I guess. Some medium armor. Even though it has light. I guess it's light because it still gives you a +2 for 8 defense. Some cool weapons, some grenades, some mines, droid flamethrowers. Nothing really worth spending credits on, though. Alrighty. Hey, Cathound. Uh-oh. Not so friendly after all, are ya? Summoning the pack. Yay, combat. Alright, so you can see I now have an offensive horsepower, stun, along with Master Flurry, which I really wish was the default, but is not. I have Cure, I have Speed, but I can't use it because I have armor on. And I'll probably keep the armor on until I can get some better stuff. But yeah. Let's start with a stun. Shouldn't be too hard. So he's stunned, then we're going to start on this guy. Or actually, this guy. These things are so tiny too. I guess it doesn't rescale with the screen size, but like seriously, could you make them like, God, twice as large would be great. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Down they go. Any remains? Nope. These cathounds don't usually have remains. I can heal myself now. I'm a Jedi. Let's follow Bert and see where he's leading us. There's horned cathounds too. Let's stun him. And then kill him.
Here it is!
Looks like he made a saving throw for my horsepower. There we go.
That'll show you.
Turn around. Whatever. None of these opponents are very high level, so I'm gonna kill them the old-fashioned way. No need to use any special tricks or anything. There we go. Isn't too bad.
What?
Alrighty. That one guy did some maps of Dantooine, which is kind of cool, but I could just explore on my own, so shouldn't be that hard. Let's play with Candors for a bit, use some Master Power Blasts.
Die!
Guess he wanted to finish that guy off first. Alright.
I'm here.
I'm gonna target's elbow or use Cure on him. He's got a lot of health, so it takes a couple cures to get him up there.
Huh?
Alright. There's the next area of Dantooine down there. But for now... Oh, here's the ruins that we were talking about earlier, where we had that vision of Revan and Malik, or where the vision took place at least. I'm pretty sure you can't go in here yet. It's pretty cool. It's like a, not like Stonehenge, but like one of those Irish burial mounds you hear about. Yeah, it's sealed. Can't cut it with a lightsaber either. Alright, so we'll come back to that later. But like they said, first we want to be a Jedi before we can actually be strong enough to face the dangers inside. Oh, I remember this. You must gather your party before venturing forth. In Dragon Age, when you go from one area to another, you don't need to have your party with you, but it says gather your party and venture forth, which is a reference to this, and I guess how annoying it ended up being that your party has to be right beside you before you can transport to the next area. This is nice. Nice rolling fields, couple of dangerous cathounds, but nothing a Jedi apprentice can't handle. I like the music too, at least the out of combat music. Who are you shooting? Oh, that guy. getters on a murderous rampage there. I guess Teresian lowlifes are beneath them, but not Cathounds. Slaughter them all. We don't get any kind of loot from them, but we do get XP, so that's something. I need to get my attack chance up apparently. I keep missing things. Hopefully being a sentinel will improve that at least a little bit, even though not as much as a guardian would. Alright, what's over here? More Cathounds. Yep, that's a miss. There we go. One more shot. There we go.
Huh?
More Cathounds. Wait, you have power attack, don't you? Yeah, you can have it now. Forgot about that.
What?
The cave might be over here if I remember correctly. It also could be somewhere totally different, but I'm gonna check it out just to make sure I don't miss anything. Nope, not the cave. Alright. So we are in the metallic grounds right now. Next to the grove, which is where we're supposed to be going to find out what's messing with the Cathounds in the area. There is a whole other side to this zone, as you can see over there, but there's kind of two paths that go through, one this side of Dantooine, and they do connect to each zone, I think. But nevertheless, I'm gonna maybe go down this way, maybe come back the other way, so I don't have to go like in circles. So we're gonna see how that goes. Though I guess I could always quick travel back, but whatever. Might as well have the beginning of it.
Now that must have hurt.
Cathounds everywhere. I might have to use a stun here. Nope, he's almost dead. Okay, you're dead. Oh, there are lots of them. There we go, got the stun to work. Yeah, they may have numbers, but they're not that strong. Alright.
Yeah?
Move. Alright, here's the grove. I'm going to do a quick save. And remains. Somebody sitting there, but it looks like she killed somebody, but she killed Mandalorians actually. Must be fairly powerful then.
I will be your doom!
Looks like she learned Force Stasis. Apparently a special long-term version of it. Alright, let's see if my stun will do anything to her. Probably not, 'cause she's a Jedi. She can has a higher... Whoop, there we go. No match for my power. Didn't resist that saving throw, did you? Nice. 3 hits. One was a crit, too. Alright, see, you weren't that strong after all, were you?
Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Who are you?
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
You embraced the dark side. Why?
When I slew my master, Quatra, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you. Or so I had thought.
I have to say, she is like the most pathetic Dark Jedi ever. Like, I am so evil, I am going to accidentally kill my master and then run away and hide in a grove and corrupt Cathounds to attack farmers. Like, that is the most pathetic dark side plot ever. You at least could try to get off the planet and join Malik or something. Like, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit catty, and I laughed at your pathetic attempt.
What is it you want?
Catty, no pun intended, 'cause she's a Cathar. Which is weird, because most Cathar do not look like that, but she's like some weird hairless version or something. Um, why are you doing this? That's right, I'm supposed to be a sentinel now, ferreting out deception and whatever.
I have fallen, and dark power courses through my veins. I can never go back to the council, so here I shall stay.
I just want to talk.
Talk? You who have beaten me so easily just want to talk? I do not believe it. Kill me now while you still have the power.
Too bad I don't have a force persuade option, but I guess 'cause she's a Jedi, it probably wouldn't work anyway. I wasn't really ordered to kill you.
Thinking of using technicalities to do the deed and ease your conscience? Act or be gone.
Oh. Hopefully I don't actually have to kill her now, because that would suck. Oh. Alright, she didn't attack me, that's good. It's progress. Oh, some upgrades, some hyper battle, or some battle stimulants. Cool, cool. Alright, honey. Let's try this again.
What is it you want?
Why are you doing
I have
this?
fallen.
I was sent by the council to cleanse the taint from this grove.
The council has sent you here to kill me. Why then, when you bested me so easily, did you not simply finish your task? Is it not apparent that I can never be saved?
Alright, this doesn't really sound like her, so I don't really want to choose this one, but apparently that's the only way to go. Beside persuade, so I'll try this at least.
Lies.
Yeah.
Leave me and come back when you have the...
Nope. Alright, so I guess I have to be all like goody
What
two
is
shoes. I just want to talk. I do not hold anger against you, Juhani. I wish you peace.
Not anger. Peace. Yet even with your naive attitude, you managed to beat me. I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing.
Pretty
There is no
much.
way I could be turned back. I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. This is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been.
All good choices. I think number 5 would sound most like something Leovar would say. The first step on the path of true knowledge is knowing that you are ignorant.
I seem to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself.
So,
But I
like,
wish
yeah, you
the
suck,
cost of
but
my
I want to encourage you
ignorance had
anyway.
not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
I suppose there is no hope. I must kill you then. Persuade is probably not going to work, so I'm not going to bother with that. Life is a learning experience.
But learning does not have to end in death. It was I who hurt her. I who killed her. Her suffering is my fault alone. Leave me to my pain.
See, I know what the right phrases are to say, just it's kind of obvious, but like, I don't feel like Leovar would be the kind that would want to say them.
I do not know what to do.
Alright, she'll be a little Jedi-like. Remember the Jedi code, there is no death, there is the Force. So even in death, the Force will allow her to live on.
If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her. So much I would apologize for. I think, in my own way, I truly loved her. How can the Council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable.
Ouch. Yet forgiveness must be asked.
And denied. No, leave me to my...
God, I can't like...
Do not
It's like there's only one answer, and it's the most un-Leovar sounding one of the bunch, but...
If I think...
do this again. Anger? Show them that you have freed yourself from this base passion.
If I show them I am free of passion, that I am serene, that I am willing to forsake the dark side, and maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could that be possible after what I have done?
I'm just gonna go with it. Might be.
The council may forgive a
Oh,
I am
God
lost.
damn it.
Leave me to... How can I ever...
God, it's like a puzzle. I do not know.
The council may... I am...
No.
Leave me. How can I ever...
Alright, fine. Your inner peace and harmony will show them your sincerity.
I thank you, Master Jedi.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
return to the council then. I shall submit myself to their judgment and hope they will forgive me. If only there was some way I could make this up to you.
Oh,
Again,
credits would be
I
nice.
thank you. I am sure I will hear great things about you in the future.
Probably. Alright, lots of XP for that. Nice.
Yeah?
Alright. So that's that. Cathounds. Dantooine is actually, if I remember correctly, a planet of side quests. Like, I think there's that obviously, and then I'm pretty sure exploring the tomb is the only other main quest line objective on the planet. And the main quest is done here. So I'm not really sure. Normally I'd wait a little longer before doing all the side quests, but yeah, I'm out and about. Might as well do them now. Ones I can at least. Oh, Karthus. Never mind. For some reason I thought he was low in health. Also, Karthus is this cool thing. Not Karth, Canderous. He has some built-in implants which heal him constantly, which is kind of cool. That's like his special power. So it's weird he doesn't have the ability to use regular implants when he can use the special one. I see Mandalorians. Alright, I'm going to save the game because Mandalorians can actually be pretty tough. There are a few camps of them around here. This is one of their Duros allies first. Let's start with him. I'm sure there's some actual Mandalorians waiting around here too. There he is. 2 Mandalorians and a Duros. Let's all go for that guy next.
Yeah?
I wonder if I can grenade them. Do I have a lot of grenades? Can't tell. Yeah, the UI for this could use a lot of work. Alright, so he resisted my mental stun, so... Can't resist this. Hey, I killed some Mandalorians, nice. I'm gonna kill this guy next. Oh, no. Let's see, get some heals on Zalbar here. Like nothing. So if I was more like a consular build, I probably would be like... Intuitively, I like the kind of consular aesthetic and mechanics and all, where like you could be like the support class who gives your teammates buffs and gives them heals and supports them from the back lines while they actually do all the dirty work. But I'm going to try not to play Levar like that because she is not actually a consular. She is Ice Sentinel, so she doesn't mind being in the front lines fighting, but she can still give some support to others when necessary, although mainly to herself. I think she'd mainly get the ability so she could help buff her own talents and not so much her party, but if they get the residual buffs from it, all the better. Can I really not get through here? Really, BioWare? Really?
What?
Alright. So I should probably check that journal entry and see what it says. Some good items. Oh, some cool gloves there. Mandalorians do have pretty good loot, I think. This guy, Mandalorian datapad. Alright. So let's look at some items. Mandalorian Raiders. You've encountered some of the Mandalorian Raiders plaguing Dantooine and slain them. They do not seem as organized or as powerful as you've been led to believe. Perhaps you have not yet met them as powerful members. So yep, there are definitely more of them running around. Alright, and then what was that data pad I found? Mandalorian data pad. Jarg went missing in Sector B, then Riza saw someone moving south of there. Take a couple troops and find out who it is. They look suspicious, terminate. It's probably Juhani. And that's those Mandalorians that, you know, she killed. Maybe they're scouts from this camp over here or something like that. Hey, Bert. Going for a mid-afternoon stroll. Enjoying the, what do you call those? The, not turbulence. Like the pockets of wind that birds float on. Can't think of what they're called.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
She's got to run back to Zalbar now, and he's stuck in place.
I'm here.
And I'll try to get some heals on him anyway. Probably should just quick travel, actually. Alright, so explore this area. You can go further south. Should I? I guess I might as well, right? I feel like the side quest will take you south automatically later on, so maybe I'll just head back to the Enclave for now, or make my way back and see what I encounter on the way. I'm trying to kind of remember how things play out so that I don't end up repeating myself at all, or repeating my travels at all. Oh yeah, these guys. I don't remember what's over there, to be honest with you. This is pretty. Well, kind of. In theory. Nice little river here. Apprentice, your arrival here is well timed. Who are you? I am Baluk, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem, as both the suspects and I speak Basic and Huttese. I was going to handle the case myself, but now that you're here, you can help me out. Alright, so you're not a full Jedi. Perhaps you can help me determine the truth and the lies. This is an interesting quest. It's one of those quests that I only Bioware would come up with, but I'm gonna do it because it's fun and I don't remember it, so it'll be interesting to see it again. Let's listen to the stories given by the suspects. I brought an information retrieval droid to access the archives at the Enclave and the planetary capital. I will use my wisdom to offer you guidance, but will not solve the case for you. Alright. Consider the account, check the facts, and there you go. Alright, so this is interesting. A little 12 Angry Men deal type thing here. I don't think there's much of a reward from it, but there is experience. That's something. Alright, so according to the accounts, these three men were out in the field together early before the clouds broke. I clicked on the wrong window. Whoops. Maximizing again. There we go. Okay. I find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is full of dark storm clouds as it was earlier today. That is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. I wish this guy had a voice actor, but I guess it saves money to have all the aliens speak. The dead man, Kalder Netik, was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. A rifle was found lying near his body with bloodstains. It has been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. Two other men were found at the sieve, Haddon Guild, who was unarmed, and Rickard Lusov, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men did not say they not to do anything, and they came across the body, but both also accused the other. So there's more than meets the eye. Is there anything else I should know? One last thing. When I arrived, Haddon was holding his side, and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. Alright. Interesting. So now I get to question the witnesses. Let's talk to Haddon first.
Ah, greetings. You must be
At least he
assisting
speaks
Master
basic.
Baluk in his investigation. I'm Haddon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
No.
Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was
Oh, for
out here
sure.
running
Why were you
the
even
road
bothering
every
with this
day.
case? I
Yes,
mean, it's so
running.
obvious, right?
I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
That seems fairly plausible. Did you see the killer?
I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away.
So he called it in.
There. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
So that is a point in his favor, that if he'd been the one to kill them, he probably wouldn't have been the one to call it in, unless maybe the other guy caught him, so that's always the case. So let's talk to Mr. Beard here.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems
Says
stum.
Twi'lek like it's an
I'm
insult.
Rickard Lusov. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Haddon standing over Calder's body.
So maybe you shot
So
the
why
guy
don't
by
you get
accident
this whole
instead?
farce over with and send
Although,
that
I will
whiner
say,
Haddon to
if the sun was in his
prison
eyes, how was it stormy? Let's talk to the droid
I'm
next.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the... I am an information retrieval droid. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netik, Rickard Lusov, and Haddon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netik. Is there a...
What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about these planes.
These planes are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need.
So it's not... Oh, what... Sorry, I hit my keyboard and once again... The game minimized. Apparently I do anything in the game minimizes. So, that's interesting. The one guy did have, I think, a blaster or a hunting laser, he called it, and the other guy was weaponless. But there was the blaster rifle found at the scene, so it would make sense that... I wish I could remember who was who. But it makes sense that the guy who was unarmed shot the guy with the blaster rifle that was laying at the scene of the crime. Maybe we can figure out whose blaster rifle that is by some other means later on. I'll have more questions later. Alright. So let's talk to Bullock again. Something I can help you with. I want to discuss the murder. What? Okay, I didn't hit anything at all that time. Is it this little pop-up? This is update my drivers? I don't want to update the driver. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what is going on. Alright. We should start at the beginning. We find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle. We will no doubt solve the case. Hannon said he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He appeared from out of the shadow of the rocks holding a blaster in his hands. Berger said he was hunting Irias, saw one through the clear and shot it. It is possible he may have shot him accidentally, but that seems unlikely. It's more likely that at least one of them is lying. Alright. I can't remember which one is which. Who's the bearded guy? Handon or Rick? I think it's Rickard. I think he's lying because there are areas for him to hunt. Rudeness is not a reason. But it was cloudy and there was... Actually, let me see. I'm supposed to see the options of the other guy just to check him out. Handon is lying. Fat people always lie. He's not even fat. He didn't mention the weapon. He was here at the right time. See, none of those really good reasons. I don't know what happens if you choose the wrong way. I don't know if he tells you to just keep asking around or if you actually break the quest, but we'll see. Anyway, it was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it happened as he said, the sun would not have been visible. You caught Rickard in a lie. Good, good. Next point. Motive. Talk to them about their relationship to the victim. Alright, motive. Let's see. Talk to Rickard first this time. Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him, especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time.
There could bird flying by.
Differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech.
Aerotech, that's his Twi'leks.
I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
Let's see what else I can ask him. Why were you out here?
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those calf hounds acting up. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. Now, I don't have nothing to do with it.
No more question. Why would some... 2 more questions. Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable. Always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been... I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble.
Well, Luke said you were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing.
Strange, you didn't mention that before. Alright, that's all for now.
Right.
So since we caught that guy in the last time, our next clue is probably going to come from the other guy, who is not fat. Wait, where's the body? Let me check that out first. The body, he was apparently shot from behind with a blaster. He was shot from the front, whatever.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
Let's do something else.
How can I be...
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time.
At least he's been upfront with me.
More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
I don't know if I'm remembering this in any way or if I'm making this up. I could be also be totally wrong. But I get the feeling that it has something to do with somebody's wife. Because it usually does. Alright. Ask you something else.
How can I be
you're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
You know, if he's shot, or if he's hurting in his side, I wonder if maybe the guy shot him when he... But he wasn't actually blinded by the sun. Oh, this is... I really don't remember what the truth here is, and it's going to be interesting to see how it come together.
Of course.
I don't... Maybe the droid actually has the clue now. No, I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave.
Is there any other information?
What can you tell me about Calder and Handon?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Netick and Mr. Gold. Is there any other information you need?
No, they're not the business partners. Oh, that's that guy I just talked to, Handon. So that's interesting because they said they didn't know each other. What about this guy?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garan spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Netick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other...
Anything else about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the...
No, we already talked about that. Alright.
Very well.
So that's interesting. He says he didn't know him, but he purchased a speeder with him.
How can I be of further assistance?
If you knew Calder better than you admit, you rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill
Well,
him.
talk. Pudge's... I'm saying you better come clean. I want the truth now.
My wife was...
Haha, that was right.
I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room.
Ouch!
But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him.
That seems like a pretty good motive to me.
It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running,
Sounds a
trying
little
to
bit too
clear my head
self-conscious
for the
for
divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
Let's get
How can Of course.
Alright, so let's see if there's anything else I can talk to him about now. You thought Calder was cheating you.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
Alright.
Right.
So maybe that's enough. Let's see if, let's see what he thinks of this. I want to discuss the murder. Handon says he barely knew him. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. Alright. Which one is which? Handon is lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that's certainly motive. The case is taking shape, however, we must not jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we could focus on the weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witness and the information droid can provide about the blaster. Alrighty.
So, what do you want to...
What do you know about the weapon?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower.
Thank you,
Lightweight
Canderous.
stuff, if you ask me.
Not really relevant.
Though, Calder only had the one rifle too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
Uh-huh. Could it be... I wish I could remember which one had the weapon. I think this guy, because he said he was hunting, right? So it makes sense to have a hunting rifle. This guy was... I think this guy did it. I think he was trying to kill him for cheating on his wife, and... Or they're both guilty, maybe? I don't know.
How can I be of further assistance?
Maybe that's it. Maybe they were both out here trying to kill him for their own reasons. I think I solved it. I think this guy killed him. The other guy thought this guy was the dead guy and shot him and then realized his mistake and they're both trying to get away with it. Alright, let's see if I'm right. What are you doing with the weapon?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never
Yep,
knew what
so
happened to
that's
it.
the murder
Hardly
weapon.
have enough money to
Alright.
afford a single blaster, let alone enough. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back.
Let's see, would you really have... I guess you wouldn't have choice but to leave
How
that
can I be
weapon,
of further
but still.
assistance?
Alright. I want to talk to this droid first.
Is there any other...
But I think we already... Is there a report of the blaster being stolen?
I'm sorry, but
Nope,
I've
no
got
report.
to find the record of the missing weapon report. Is there any...
Tell me about the weapon.
We cannot get any more specific. Is there any...
Alright.
Very...
Yup, I think I know what happened. Is there something I can do to help you in the investigation? I want to discuss the murder. The blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. So we've caught Handon in a lie. Interesting, but I think we need one final piece. The blood sample on the weapon has been sent back. Alright. So let me talk to the droid and talk about the blood sample that was on the murder weapon.
Is there any other...
Tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information?
That makes sense too, because there might have been, the part they could have determined might have some kind of incompatibility with Calder's, genetic makeup or whatever, so that makes sense. Alright, I'll talk to these guys.
How can I be of further... Of course.
Nothing new from him.
So, what do you... Right.
Nothing new from him either. Maybe that's all I need to do in this phase. I want to discuss the murder. I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim, but I want to be sure. It did not belong to the victim. This is surprising. So the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? I think it's Handon's because he's, this guy's a limp, but that guy's holding his side. Why would the limp come in though? I don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute. Why do you believe that? He's clutching his side. He has been moving oddly. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely. Ching par la mule.
Hey, what are you doing?
There is blood. He appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem there is one logical scenario. Handon killed Calder for having an affair with his wife. Richard was out hunting and accidentally shot Handon after he had killed Calder. But again, that doesn't make sense because there was no son, so how could it have been an accident? No, they're both guilty. A bold conclusion. Still, I'd like to know how you came to this conclusion. We know Calder was having an affair with Handon's wife, but what possible motive could Rickard have? He was also having an affair with Handon's wife now. Rickard thought Calder was cheating him in business. Well done. Both men had a reason to want Calder dead. This is my theory of the morning's events. Both men knew Calder would be out here this morning and each plotted to kill him. Handon found him first and shot him because of the affair. Shortly after, Rickard arrived. From a distance, he saw Handon and thought it was Calder, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits Calder had cheated him out of in their business. Handon would have dropped his blaster when we found the scene covered in blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him, so he called us, hoping he could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn both of you.
That's enough. Culpability of both you in the murder and attempted murder of Calder is evident. Additionally, Rickard can be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Handon Guild. I place you both under the arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to the holding facilities of the Jedi Enclave. I've done well, yay, go me. Alright. So that was fun. Glad we solved that. That's an interesting little side quest they took the time to implement. I hopefully got a lot of experience from that because that's the only reward I'm going to get. 1310, alright, that's not bad. Okay, but this episode's gone pretty long, so we're going to tie it up. And when we come back, we'll start making our way northwards back towards the Enclave.